race going to be. We can show you our title predictor. We have got months of the season in the x-axis along the horizontal and Arsenal and Manchester City's cumulative points here in the Y. Arsenal are in the red on 61 points, City in the blue, just 5 adrift at the moment on 56. Crucially, though, they do have that game in hand. Now, the winning line is up here at the moment, currently stands just between 81 and 82 points. That is where Arsenal and maybe Manchester City have got to get to between now and the end of the season. 7 wins from their final 10 will do it for Mikel Arteta's
Premier
side.
League talking points. But Jamie, only right, I think, to start with the league leaders, Arsenal, who came through the pressure test in the North London derby yesterday. They've got Manchester City breathing down their necks, of course. Does it already feel like we're, mid to end of February, already feel like it's all eyes on that clash at the Etihad come the middle of April?
Yeah, it does feel like that. I think over the next couple of weeks, I would say Manchester City's fixtures are slightly favourable. So I think that sort of gap that Arsenal have got right now, that is 5 points, but in reality it's probably 2 points with the game in hand. I could see that closing before they play each other in the actual Carabao Cup final, which is obviously before the big league game. But yeah, there's still a long way to go. I think we're not quite into March yet. And I think Sir Alex Ferguson, the guy who knows it better than anybody, a title running, he always spoke about dropping points in March and April, almost feeling like you can't rectify that. There's not enough time, basically. So we're getting very close to that part of the season.
Time slowly running out, starting to run out. But for Manchester City, then, they got the job done against Newcastle on Saturday night. Ryan Cherky started on the bench, as did Phil Foden. Really, the star of the show was Nico O'Reilly with a couple of goals. Is it now not a debate as to whether Thomas Tuchel takes him as part of the England squad, but really whether he names in the defenders or the midfielders? Yeah,
and I think actually the defender in the actual game, in terms of Lewis Hall's maybe his competition at left-back, but he's not playing there now, he's playing in midfield. He could go now, I wouldn't quite say as a utility player, but when you think of maybe a backup left-back who can also play in midfield, that would give him a great opportunity. But when you think of some of the players who you've just mentioned there who are on the bench, I mean, great players. I mean, Phil Foden, one of the best English players around and has been for a long time now, but he's playing in those positions, so, and he's such a young lad. And I think what Pep's sort of done to him, sort of playing left back, going into midfield as well, his understanding of the game must be absolutely fantastic as well for a manager like that to play him in 2 different positions, vital positions, and he's producing the goods.
And the fact he came from the academy as well.
Yeah,
he played in that midfield position in the academy, didn't he?
Exactly, that's his best position. But then that goes back to Pep sort of putting him in at left back. And I remember the games last season. I think it was away at Bournemouth, when Manchester City were worried about actually making Champions League football last season. I think he brought him on at half-time at Bournemouth away. I might be wrong, but it's something that just sticks in my mind. And the lad changed the game. And ever since then, it looks like he's been sort of a mainstay of the team.
In terms of the title race, then, how do you see it playing out? And how many points do you think is it going to take to actually win the title?
I don't think we're going to get to 90. I think this is going to be a title that's won in the 80s, and that was last season with Liverpool. But to be fair to Liverpool, they did drop off at the end of the season because obviously the title was won with 3 or 4 games to go. I think mid-80s could be enough. But what I did see, I think before the weekend's game, that Arsenal were the lowest points that sort of a title winner had had after so many games since Leicester. Which is, you know, a good few years ago now. So that tells you that the points maybe not be as high as we've seen in the past when it was Manchester City and Liverpool going for the title. But it doesn't really matter. You just win the league. That's the most important thing. So, yeah, I still think Arsenal are the best team and the best squad. I do believe that. And even when I see Arsenal win, and I see the performance against Tottenham. And listen, Tottenham were a poor team, let's not forget that. But when I've seen Manchester City a lot this season, a lot of their wins, it almost feels like getting the job done. It's definitely not a vintage City. Manchester City fans know that. So I do feel that Arsenal have been the most impressive team, are the best team, but it doesn't matter what I say. It will be decided after
the title race is reaching boiling point, and this could be the moment that defines the season. Arsenal stand on the brink of glory, but they must overcome the ultimate test in Manchester City. Gary Neville believes Arsenal's mentality has completely transformed. No fear. No panic. Just belief. He insists this is the kind of game champions rise to. Jamie Carragher agrees, highlighting Arsenal's intensity, structure, and hunger. According to him, this isn't the same Arsenal of previous years. This is a team built to finish the job. Manchester City, however, are serial winners. Their experience in high-pressure moments makes this clash even more explosive. One mistake could decide everything. If Arsenal pull this off, it won't just be a victory, it will be a statement to the entire league. The question is, are we about to witness the crowning moment of a new champion?